Hello, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning. We'll start off our analysis with the chart on our screen. GBP USD 1 hour. So this chart basically this is very much bullish. We had a resistance level which the price successfully closed beyond. We had a resistance here. So we had a resistance at this point. We had a resistance here. We had a resistance here. Then the price went back. It came back to the same place. This was earlier today, but then it could not close below. So as long as we keep seeing price above this level, we do expect it to continue to the upper side. We expect more movements to the upper side. You are supposed to wait for price to pull back. We are supposed to wait for price to retrace back down the second time to the same level, so that we look for a buy position. We expect price to continue much higher after pulling back to the same place. So the next we're going to attach an indicator. Let's see, we have a level here, that's the swing low, and then this is the swing high. So we had a resistance, a support, then we had a resistance. We expect price to pull back maybe up to 23.6% fib level, or it should go to 38.2% fib level, so that we pick a buy position. So as it is now, this is still a buy. I don't recommend sell positions as at now, but we want price to retrace back, then give us low risk buy positions. So the next chart we look at, is Euro USD. We have this one, a level here, and then you also have a level here. We had a support, so this is a resistance, the up one, a resistance, a resistance, a resistance. If the price can come back up to the lower trend line, then this is the correct place where we want to pick a sell, a buy from. So we basically just are waiting for some move to the lower side, then a bounce off from that point to the upper side, which means this should be the correct place to look for a buy from. If you didn't sell it here, wait for a buy from the bottom. And should the price go above this upper line, then expect it to continue to the upper side. So the next chart we look at is USD/JPY. These two, we have a shape, we have a formation of a shape. We have this, and then we also have a line from the bottom. We have two lines, this one, and then the next one should be this. So basically we want price to break above, retrace back, and then continue to the upside. This is what should happen. If the price breaks beyond this level, if the price successfully goes above this point, we'll wait for a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. This is what should happen. This is what should happen. So we want a break above, a retracement, and then a continuation to the upper side. Or the price needs to pull back up to the lower line, then bounce off from the lower line up to the top. So if the price breaks any of these levels, then that would mean we are continuing in the direction of that breakout. So the next chart we want to look at, we look at 500. We have SP 500 here. We have it. So this is upwards. I don't recommend buy position on this one at all. We had a resistance there. Also there's a trend line. This looked like a good trend line for me. Then it also had this. We had this, a resistance, a resistance, a resistance. We had a resistance, a resistance, a resistance, a support, a support, a support, and then there's this breakout. So we want price to retrace back to the same place, then continue to the upper side. If the price can pull back up to this trend line, then this will be the ideal place where we want to look for a sell from. So the next chart we'll look at Brent oil. So Brent oil, so far we have a resistance here. This is shape of this here, and then you have a line from the bottom. This is like an expanding wedge formation. The price has successfully closed above it. So as long as we have price being held above this level, expect it to continue up to 43.79%. I mean, not percent, a level, sorry. So we expect price to proceed up to this point, where if it breaks beyond, then that will be an ideal place to confirm that we are continuing upwards. So the next chart we want to look at is SP5. I mean, we want to look at gold. Gold is upwards. As you can see, we have an active uptrend. We had a resistance there, a resistance which the price successfully closed beyond. So we want just a pullback, which it did here. There's the first pullback. We have the next pullback. If the price can come back again the third time, then that will be an ideal place to consider another buy position. So as it is now, we're basically just waiting to see what will happen. We want price to retrace back to the same point. We want it to try coming back to the same level that we pick a buy position. We expect that buy price even higher. So the next chart we'll look at, we'll check. Actually, we've exhausted all our 6 symbols. The ones we're supposed to look at today. We've looked at yesterday. Where we expect some momentum to the upper side. We've looked at Euro USD, where we expect a move down to this point, then a bounce to the upper side. We've looked at GBP USD, where we expect a continuation to the upper side. We've also looked at Brent oil. We have it here. We've looked at Brent oil, where we expect a move upwards. We've looked at SP500, which is in an uptrend, and then we've also looked at gold, which is also in an active uptrend. So thank you very much. That should be the end of today's session. I will meet again tomorrow. So thank you. See you.